Hello, Internet. I'm your host, Richard Nina, and I want to welcome you guys to a very exclusive interview with one of Rio Honda's film students here. We have the one and only Luis. Luis, go ahead and tell us your full name.
Hi, everybody. My name is Luis Perez, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. We always want to welcome new students, film people that like to, just talk about film, and I just want to get to know you a little bit better before we get into the whole discussion or the core of the discussion. So, first off, what's your an interesting fact about your name?
Um, I would say there's nothing really too interesting about my name. I'm named after my dad. You know, I guess maybe hopefully one day, if in the future, if I ever have a kid, I'll probably name him after myself again. That way, his name could be Luis the Third. Something a little different, something unique in his own way. But yeah, nothing too special about my name right now.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, everybody has like something unique to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the way parents choose their names, which is interesting though, because a lot of names have a lot of meanings behind
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
But let's go ahead and talk about what's one fact that you probably wouldn't normally bring up in a conversation with or even in an interview, like anybody, like even when you're on the bus or even in a park. One fact that you wouldn't bring up normally.
One fact I would say is I am a big gamer. It's something I probably wouldn't bring up unless like people like ask me like, oh, something like that. But if nobody else asked me, it'd probably be me being a big gamer. I'm a big fan of Call of Duty. I'm actually a Twitch streamer and stuff like that. I'm nothing nowhere big, but I stream every here and then. But yeah, I could play this game for countless hours. I could play anywhere between 6 to 10 plus hours without getting tired. I'm always having fun when I'm on the stakes. Had to drop it down a little bit because I had to start school, so I had to get my sleep schedule and everything fixed. But yeah, I'm a big gamer.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, even including me, I usually play more like Resident Evil or like even Left 4 Dead game. I think it has something to do with zombies and all that, but
Yeah.
they're interesting games though.
Oh yeah,
And
totally.
the kind of games that you bring up too are really interesting too, and there's a lot of fan base behind those type of games.
Yeah, of course, man. And a lot of games are just fun in general. I like the whole zombie trilogy. Resident Evil was a game that I grew up playing when I was younger. It used to scare me a lot, but I was a big fan of Resident Evil.
Yeah, and then right now I'm a big fan because before, even when I was small, my mom wouldn't let me play those type of games. But now that I'm older, I can purchase my own games.
Exactly.
I'm the one that is playing my games. But there's still a lot of fan base behind that game, and there's a lot of following behind it.
Oh yeah, totally.
And I think there's even a remake of the Resident Evil series coming up on Netflix.
Yeah, I heard about that. I'm
Yeah.
really excited to see it. Wait, is it like a movie or is it supposed to be like a show?
It's most likely gonna be a show.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. I actually like that. I would not mind a show Resident Evil because like the anticipation, something. It'll be a new twist to the series, and I'm excited for that.
The film that we watched, Meshes of the Afternoon on Friday. Like, how would you describe the film? How would you describe its structure? Like, how does it follow the traditional story structure?
I mean, I would say kind of it does. To be honest, the way that I saw it, it really didn't. To me personally, because the film was just confusing the entire time. Before. Whenever I see a movie, like I understand like the main character, I understood the characters throughout the movie, but that was like the only thing that I understood. You get me? I didn't know what was going on, how it was everything was supposed to happen, and I feel like this film was like you're not supposed to understand it until the end, even though nothing made sense to me throughout the movie, at the end I was able to sit down, think about it, probably watch it again a couple more times, and I'm like, all right, now I know how everything was supposed to happen. Like now I know why this and this happened. So I feel like it was just like a weird structure in a way.
Oh yeah, I mean the film you have to watch because on Friday we watched it, but then again you always have to rewatch it because I didn't get it either at the beginning because it was kind of hard to understand the structure and everything that's going on.
Exactly.
But what themes did you see in the film? Like, how did you interpret the film and the foundational ideas in the story?
I feel like for me, like the theme of the film was like love, because there's something has to happen between that the woman and the woman and the man in the film. You get me? Something must have happened to cause what happened. For me, the way I saw the movies, the man killed the girl. You know, so I think that
Right.
you know that's my opinion. You know, everybody has their opinion, but for me, the guy killed her. You know, so I feel like something with love has to do with the reason that he did that. I feel like self-reflection is another thing for me because she, at first, I thought it was suicide. I thought she committed suicide. So when the mere character kept coming like out, I felt like the reason for the for the character having a mirror was because she kept seeing herself as the one who committed the crime. You get me? Until the end, until you realize who actually did it. And then I feel like it has to do with trust because she put so much trust into that person that at the end he was the one that betrayed her because she trusted him because he had the key to the house as well. You know what I mean? So that's it's trust. It's trust to me because, you know, throughout the film it shows like the key. So to me, I'm just like, you know what? It's trust because he had the key to the house as well. So I'm like, you know, you get what I mean? So
you know what? Now that you talk about it, it's true. I didn't think about that. The key.
Yeah, because it took me a while to understand it, but like that, I feel like for me, a big scene to like the twisting point for me was that scene where they're on the table and it's like the three girls, you get me, and each one gets the key, and I feel like to me I felt like she was in limbo in a way, in like a limbo stage, and each time she was getting closer to figure out who murdered her. So I felt like every time like the table with the key, and then the last person, the last one, how you know how it was a knife. To me, it was like, all right, it's supposed to be a different person right there. So it's showing that it's not her that killed herself. It had to lead to somebody else, you know. So that's the way that I saw it.
That's crazy though, because there's a lot of like there's always intentionality behind every movie. Yeah. And you sometimes we don't pick it up immediately, but that's why you have to like rewatch the film or the video again. Yeah. What do you notice about the visual language of the film, the intentional cinematography or the production design? You know, the sets and the props and everything like that.
I feel like the props really had to do a big part in this film. I really think that each prop, like at first you didn't really think what was going on, but it was like there were like clues that led to what really happened, which was, to me, it led to the murder of the film, or you get me, because you know it had the keys. He had a key. The mirror effect was something that was really important for me because throughout the whole film you don't really see who you think it's Death at first, but to me, since it had the mirror face, it wasn't showing its face until she figured out who it was. So at the end of the film, there's a scene where she's laying in bed, and there's a mirror at the corner of the bed, and the reflection of the mirror points to the guy. You get me? So to me, that was like, all right, he did this. But even the visual effects, because there's a scene in the beginning of the movie where she walks up the staircase and there's like a view of like the dead flowers, and she just looks at them and then she just walks by like if nothing happens, right? At the end of the film, he does the same thing. You get me? He walks up the steps, he looks at them the same way she did, and then he looks away, and it's like the same thing. So it's pretty much, for me, throughout the whole film, she was like living his footsteps before she got murdered. You get me? That's the way I took it. You know, she was in her murderer's footsteps and seeing how it all went down for her, and that's the way I see it. You know, but other than that, it was totally cool, super unique in its own way.
Yeah, I mean but I think there's a lot of symbology behind it too. Like, what, you know, do you see any other symbolic meaning behind the film?
I really feels like, to me, it's like you can't. I don't want to say you can't trust anybody, but sometimes it's always like the one person you least expect. You get me? I feel like that'll be you know, to me that's what it would be.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, nowadays you can't really trust a lot of people.
Exactly. You know, so you know.
but then again, you always have to look out. I guess you have to look at that person really well, and then start to gain their trust and everything, and then open your heart to them, and then
Exactly.
soon enough
Yeah.
you'll gain their trust,
Mm.
and that's how you trust people. At least for
Mm.
me,
Yeah,
how
yeah,
I see it.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, same way, it's every
Yeah.
once in a blue moon that you get somebody like that, like in the film, she trusted him, and well, now she's dead because of him, but
Yeah.
that's once in a blue moon, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. But do you think the film is talking to everyone, or is it to a specific group of people?
I think, well, at first, like I said, I feel like it was meant for at first I thought it was for everybody, because for example,
Mm-hmm.
when we were in class, when we all watched the film,
Mm-hmm.
um, when the professor was like, when he brought us back to the class and everything, he was like, all right, so what do you guys think of the film? I was the first one to just like kind of slide down and be like, I don't want to answer this because I have no
Yeah.
idea. When I first watched the film, I was like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm about to fail this. And then
Yeah.
seeing everybody's like energy, everybody was like, I don't want to answer it. And then
Mm-hmm.
when finally somebody was like, you know what? I'm gonna be honest, I didn't understand anything that happened throughout the film. The second whoever said it, I was like, yeah, I second that. I did not understand the film whatsoever.
Yeah.
So yeah, so at first when that happened, I was like, you know what? This film is for anybody. It all just depends on how they take it and how they view
Mm-hmm.
the film. But then I had my brother watch it, and
Mm-hmm.
he was lost. He didn't
Mm-hmm.
even have a second thought about it. He was just like, I don't know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I had my coworker see it, and the same thing. They were just like, what's going on? This is a weird film. Why am I watching this? And I'm just like, okay, maybe it's not meant for everybody. Maybe it's meant for people with like a more creative mind, or open-minded,
Mm-hmm.
or okay with seeing things in a different perspective and stuff like that. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. That's true. I mean, the film can be a little confusing at times,
Mm-hmm.
but then again, I mean, you just gotta look at it again and then take your time
Mm-hmm.
and just rewatch the film and then just
Oh yeah,
nitpick
totally.
little by little.
Totally,
What
yeah. I was so confused the first time. Second time, I was
Yeah.
still I'm still confused till now. You get me? But I have a
Yeah.
better understanding, and I see it in a different way. Like you said, you just gotta
Mhm.
rewatch the film and just let it soak in, and see the things, see what you missed the first time.
Oh yeah. I mean, and again, you can take a lot of things from that old film and then
Oh yeah,
put it into your film and then
yeah,
just work from there.
totally. The use of props in that movie was like crazy. For me, it was crazy. It was
Mhm.
like it took it to another level, because I never before in films, like when I see a prop, I would be like, okay, everybody knows what that's for. I mean, everybody's like for example, like a key. Everybody knows, oh, that key's to unlock this. For me in this
Mhm.
film, the key was different, because the key referred to me as trust throughout the
Mhm.
film, because the guy was the only other person that had the key to the house. You get me? So it was more than just it just unlocks a door.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true. But I mean, now looking at the whole entire interview, what if you were given the chance to produce, a film, and given the budget to produce one, what would be the themes of your film, the story, the synopsis, category? How would you do it, or what would you do?
If I had to pick a category, I would definitely go into like supernatural. I'm really
Mhm.
a big fan of supernatural stuff, mainly because anybody could relate to that. You get me?
Mhm.
It doesn't have to, like, it's not for a specific group of people, because supernatural is based on like real life. Anybody could experience
Mhm.
it. Everybody has some sort of encounter with it. But I want to take it a step further, because I feel like a step further by getting into like astral projection and sleep paralysis for me.
Mhm.
Growing up, I've always been somebody that had experience with sleep paralysis, encountered some pretty scary stuff that still haunts me to this day. But
Yeah.
the thing about these things, that not everybody experiences it. You get me?
Mhm.
Only certain
Yeah.
people experience it, and then when people are like, ask you like, what is it like, and you try to explain it to them, they're like, oh, it's not that bad. I'm like, no, it's terrible. I just can't explain it to you. So being able to visually explain it to people and show them
Mhm.
in real depth of what that really feels like is something that I would personally really love to do.
Mhm. Yeah, and it would be a good concept to come up with.
Mhm.
Sleep paralysis. I don't think that there's been a film talking about sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
At least I haven't heard any, but
Yeah,
it'd be
I
good.
mean-
It'd be pretty cool to see a student film project,
Yeah, right?
and
Yeah.
then and then having to like actually be produced into like the big the theaters and all that. That'd
Mhm.
be pretty cool.
Yeah, like for me, what was it? Insidious was a film that really like took it to the next level for me. For that, because in the film they kind of get into a little bit of detail about it, because in the film the kid's able to like astral project, and that allows like demons and spirits to get closer to his body. So like when I saw that, that just opened up my mindset. I'm like, dude, we need to expand like the knowledge of this and have a more visual impact and show people what it's really like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just films that get me thinking like that, it's just like just fascinates me.
Yeah, that's true. I think it fascinates everybody though, because it's so grounded in reality.
Yeah.
So a lot of people like to flock and see those type of films.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess just to get like an experience out of it, or feel something.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
So so
I
think it'd be pretty cool.
A film, after like people watch a film like that, it's like for me, whenever I watch a scary movie, I'm like, dude, I'm not sleeping tonight. I'm for sure getting sleep paralysis or something tonight. Being able to have that impact towards people would be for sure a goal of mine.
Yeah, and I remember watching, even when I was smaller, and I shouldn't have watched the film, Jeepers Creepers.
Oh man.
With my
Oh
with
no,
my sister.
man.
Yeah.
No, even watching that movie throughout the day, I was still freaked out, man. I've been seeing tweets lately about like it's Jeepers Creepers sleeps for like 28 years, and they're like, oh, those
it's
20
this year,
it's
right?
it's this year. So I'm like, all right, it can't get any worse. What about I get Jeepers Creepers this year? I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah. I mean, we already got World War III at the beginning of the year.
Exactly.
We got Corona, like what, almost 6 months already?
Yeah.
5 months, something like that.
Come on now. Yeah, we have all this terrible stuff happen. So I'm like, dude, I'm like, we keep saying it can't get any worse, and it gets worse. So I'm just like, all right, okay, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it's just gonna get worse, but I mean, who knows? Who knows what will happen?
Who knows?
Yeah, but I mean, thank you so much for coming on to this interview, for taking the time to talk with us, talk with all of us, the whole class.
Oh yeah, no, thank you for giving me the chance.
Yeah, of course, and we're always interested in listening to all our other classmates in the class. So hopefully we'll hear what they have to say in their interviews and in their projects coming up on Friday.
Oh yeah, I'm so interested to hear what everybody has to say. Especially on the film, I want to hear what everybody's own opinion and stuff like that. But yeah, I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be on here. Thank you for listening to my nonsense that some people think I talk about, because when I talk about like stuff that I'm passionate about and like certain topics, people are just like why are you talking about this? Like, well, you're weird. But to me, that weird is being normal. So yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's a normal thing. I think people just need to get used to that.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, like I said, once again, thank you for letting me be here.
Yeah, of course. And again, once again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Everyone looking at the interview, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So tune in next time, and we'll have a spicy interview for you guys next time. So tune in for that. So as always, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care, everybody.
Bye.